So great example of a products company, FMCG company. Any retail companies you spoke to that were able to go through the transformation process successfully?
Yeah, and you'll notice I'm smiling because this was my favorite interview and research that I actually got to experience in person. So let me go through the example. So this is Build-A-Bear Workshop. They have 400 stores around the world. And it's a physical model. You bring your child in, or an adult in some cases, and you pick a stuffed animal. You go through various sets of stations, and you stuff the animal, and you decide what scent you want it to have, what song it should sing, what clothes to wear. You finish the process, you get a birth certificate, they put it in a really nice box, and you go home. Well, David Finnegan is CIO of Build-A-Bear Workshop. And he looked at this model, and he said, something isn't right. And what he understands is, and he has some young children, that kids' brains today are wired completely differently than kids in the past. So these kids are all digitally oriented. Mm-hmm. So he said, wait a second, we've got to do something. We've got to replace the physical one-time experience, because you're in the store, out the store, you're done, into a process of a digital experience and make the user experience last longer. How can we do that? Who's the main customer in Build-A-Bear Workshop? Little kids.
Right.
So he said, I got an idea. I'm going to create a Cub advisory board. Before you get to the store, a parent with a child can go online and you can pick out the stuffed animal you want, and you can register. Okay, so now they've got your name and who you are. You go to the store, and when you go through the different stations, there are digital displays that help you along the process. And you and I both know kids, when they see a screen, all they want to do is play. So they really have a lot of fun. They go through the whole process, and then when they get home, they can log into Build-A-Bear. They have the data, they know what animal you have, and through a game, the child can play with the animal on a farm, they can go shopping. So he's really created a whole digital experience for the consumer and has displaced the physical experience with a digital experience. Now, where I live in Pennsylvania, there's a Build-A-Bear Workshop. So I said, I got to try this. So as I said, I mentioned I have a 10-year-old grandchild and a 6-year-old grandchild. So I called the store because Dave Finnegan said, look, come to the store, call them up, let them know you're coming because I want you guys to be really treated nice. So I called the store. I took my grandkids with me, and they went through the whole process, and they were happy. I mean, they're playing with the monitors and the digital experience. So before they left, I lined the 3 kids up with the 2 store managers, and I took a picture, and I have it in the book. So every time I think of Build-A-Bear, I smile, and that's why at the beginning of the question, it's just a fantastic example of how leveraging technology strategically to innovate value really is about changing business models. So this is an example of how you change business models.